Well, the EU's anti-terror chief did say earlier this month there could be 25,000 radical extremists in Britain at the moment. That's more than any other European country. 3,000 of them are considered to be direct threats to the UK by the intelligence agency MI5, and 500 are under constant surveillance. Just today, the UK Home Office said that the number of terror-related arrests in Britain rose 68% between June of 2016 and June this year. The figures include arrests made after previous UK terror attacks in London and also Manchester. This is the 5th terror incident in the UK this year.
All right, time now for Focus, and today we have a report on the recruitment of terrorists in Pakistan. With religious schools known as madrasas under increasing surveillance, extremists have been turning to universities for potential recruits. Jasmine Lavoie and Taha Siddiqui sent us this report from Islamabad.
In this madrasa in Islamabad, the children are learning the Quran by heart. From the young to the old, everyone here is taught a hardline version of Islam. For many, these pictures evoke the images of young men trained to wage jihad against the West. For decades, madrasas have been recruitment centers for future jihadists. But these days, terrorist groups are looking elsewhere for recruits. We head to the city of Hyderabad to find out more. Inside the walls of this renowned medical college, a bright second-year student was radicalized online and later joined the ranks of the Islamic State.
This is the classroom what you see, and she used to study in this classroom. And you can see the class is going on, but she's no more anymore here with us now.
Her transformation started when she began to wear the full veil, cover her hands, and isolate herself from other students. She then fled her hometown. 2 months later, the future doctor was arrested. She was training to become a suicide bomber. Her target, a church in Lahore.
This is not the only university where this happened, but this has happened in many other universities as well. As you see, there were so many incidences happen in Karachi, in Pindi, in Lahore, of extremism and terrorism. The students were from the very good universities.
This is how British children are being taught to read the Quran. In a Muslim faith school in the north of England. Here's what 11-year-old Muslim children are being taught about non-Muslims in a full-time secondary school.
Allah has said that the disbelievers, they are the worst of all the creatures.
And what they're told about other Muslims.
A person who's got less than a fistful beard, then you should stay away from him the same way you stay away from a serpent or a snake.
He puts a question to the children about Hindus and other idol worshippers.
Do they have any intellect? No. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
When the speaker comes closer to the camera, he only looks about 18 or 19 years old. Darul Uloom School says its pupils are taught to preach the message of Islam, and it seems our camera has filmed a senior student practicing. While he was preaching, there were teachers and other senior students keeping order in the room, but they did nothing to contradict his teachings. They told the children to be quiet and pay attention to the speaker. This is one of 38 secondary schools set up by different Islamic organizations to train the next generation of imams and community leaders. There are at least 2,000 madrasas in the UK, teaching more than 100,000 children how to recite the Quran. The children here are as young as 5. On the first day of filming, our camera records a brief moment, which suggests that the reports we've heard of regular violence might be true. A teacher patrols the room, and then he kicks a boy. Then he walks down the line.
There was another instance, my daughter, I moved to Oakville about 6 months ago, and this is the first school year that my kids are going to that school. And now I can see that they are being eliminated, they are feeling discriminated as well. They are not being involved with other kids because of reasons like they don't dress up like themselves, those other kids. They are not eating the food like them, so they are being dejected. They are not being involved in the group.
So you're saying your daughter is being shunned because she's not wearing the hijab, she's not eating halal food, that kind of thing? That kind of thing.
And not just that, last month I would say, my girl is grade 3, and she told me that, Mom, why do you pray to God when God doesn't even love you? And I told her that, why are you saying that? And she tells me that, well, God loves only Muslims. And I said, who said that? And she named one of her friends who's a Muslim friend. And so I asked her inquisitively that, okay, well, who told her? And she goes, her mom told her. So this kind of partisan and dividing messages are being they are carrying on. They are being communicated to the kids who are having such impressionable minds. So I am thinking that, are these in accordance with Canadian values, or we are just turning a blind eye to Islamization of our Canadian values?
Well, earlier I discussed the incident with former UK policeman Peter Kirkham, and he believes that the authorities don't currently have the manpower to work effectively.
It's almost impossible to prevent these sorts of things whilst there are people there that wish to carry them out. It's incredibly difficult to do everything, and that's at the best of times. It's particularly difficult to do it for the UK Police Service, which has frankly been decimated by this government. Theresa May as Home Secretary and now as Prime Minister since 2010. She has removed 15% of operational police officers, the same again of support staff, at a time when we all knew the terror threat was going up and other things were happening, and we were accused of crying wolf. Well, frankly, the wolf is here.